Hello, today we are here to present about our assignment, which is drivetrain of a car. My name is Piramintira Analaki Srikaran.
And my name is Anthony Blayongana George. My matrix number is B09181006.
My name is Manmeet Singh Analaki Gyan Singh. My matrix number is B0918100480.
Now, first let's look at the introduction of what is a drivetrain. Drivetrain is possibly the least understood vehicle part. It is usually used interchangeably with powertrain. When the idea of gas-powered engine was first brought up, the engine needed a mechanism that would transfer power from engine to the wheels. After several system designs were tested, the first working transmission and drivetrain was designed in 1877. Drivetrain is the set of components that deliver power to the driving wheels, and it does not include the engine that generates the power or torque. The main components of a drivetrain is its transmission. Modern transmission was actually introduced by Louis Rene Penhard and Emile Levasseur in 1894 in a press conference where they actually, unfortunately, their demo car engine stopped working. Then they tried again in year 1895, where the 1895 Penhard-Levasseur was groundbreaking for not only its transmission design, but for the whole drivetrain layout. The 1885 Penhard-Levasseur continued to serve as a prototype, which most vehicles were built in the 19th years since then. As opposed to other cars in that time period, the 1895 Penhard-Levasseur actually has vertical mounted engine in front of the vehicle used to drive the rear wheels through a clutch. It also has 3-speed sliding gear transmission and a train drive axle. And by 1904, the Penhard-Levasseur sliding gear manual transmission has been embraced by most car manufacturers. Drivetrain in early cars had a simple design where they used a set of bevel reduction gears, which is high and low gears, to operate the shaft and pulleys on the system. The pulleys were actually using leather belts to run the system, where they actually wear out, so needing repairs, maintenance, and replacements. Now let's look at the definition of a drivetrain. The drivetrain is the part of a motorized vehicle which connects the engine to the transmission and the wheel axles. Drivetrain, which sometimes is also called powertrain, provides power to the wheels on a car so that the car can move forward or backwards. Drivetrain is actually not a singular part in a vehicle. It actually is a group of parts that interact with the engine to move the wheels or the various parts of the wheel. Drivetrain has 4 primary purposes, which are connecting and disconnecting engine power to the wheels, controlling the power to the driving wheels, selecting different speed ratios, and providing a way to move the car in reverse direction. A typical drivetrain consists of transmission, differential, axles, wheels, CV joints, and drive shafts. Transmission actually transmits and converts power from engine into rotational force for the wheels. Differential transmits power from the engine to the car's wheels while allowing it to rotate at different speeds. Axles are singular rotating shafts that are rotated on both sides of the differential, and they deliver power to the wheels. Wheels are actually the one rotating forward or backward. CV joints are designed to bend in all directions while continuing to turn the drive wheels at a constant velocity. Drive shaft is a long tube of steel that is used to transfer the engine torque from the gearbox or differential to the wheels. There's actually 4 different types of drivetrain. First is front wheel drive, second is rear wheel drive, third is 4-wheel drive, and fourth is all-wheel drive. These drivetrain types differ on the basis of where the power from the engine is applied to rotate the wheels, moving the car forward or backward.
Okay, so next I'm going to present about the importance of purpose of drivetrain. So drivetrain is a component, or more specifically, the collection of components that supply the driving wheels with electricity, which mean the front axle, rear axle, or both. They all have to be linked somewhere in order for power to pass from the engine to the axles. Yet they may well be at the vehicle's opposite ends. What is required then is a long shaft with a push. The engine's operating speed is not equal to the wheel's operating speed. They must also be balanced with the right gear ratio. Thus, the gearbox ratio must also be adjusted to achieve this, and it can be changed manually, automatically, or be continuous automatic variation. Alright, so next is drivetrain and the transmission. The drivetrain depicts everything involved in propelling the vehicle behind the transmission. Basically, the key purpose of the drivetrain is to transfer power from the engine of the vehicles via the transmission to the drive wheels of the vehicle to control the amount of torque. Torque is the force of spinning or bending. Thus, here it has 4 usually type of drivetrain. Alright, so first is the front wheel drive. It means that the power from the engine is delivered to the front wheels of the vehicle. So next is the rear wheel drive. So it means the power from the engine is delivered to the rear wheels of the car and the car is driven forward by the rear wheels. So next is the four-wheel drive. The power from the engine is delivered to all four wheels all of the time. 4x4 is engaged and has an option to operate in a rear-wheel drive format to conserve fuel. And lastly is all-wheel drive. So this system controls both the front and rear wheels all the time, as the name suggests. But there are only two types of drivetrains in practice that are called AWD. In fact, one drives all the wheels continuously, and this is referred to by some producers as full-time AWD. The second, sometimes referred to as part-time AWD or automatic AWD, operates in two-wheel drive mode most of the time, with power supply to all four comes only when extra traction control is needed. Alright, so next is the working principles of drivetrain. Drivetrain purpose is to couple the motor that generates the power to the driving wheels that rotate the axle using this mechanical power. This relation requires physically connecting the two parts, which may require a long propeller shaft or drive shaft at opposite ends of the vehicles. The engine and wheels operating speeds are also different and must be balanced by the right gear ratio. As the vehicle speed changes, for efficient operation, the ideal engine speed must remain roughly constant, and so this gearbox ratio must also be adjusted, either manually, automatically, or by continuous automatic variation. So next is the function of drivetrain parts. A series of components in a vehicle that transfer power from the transmission to the wheels or drive it forward is used in the drivetrain. Thus, here are the parts in the drivetrain and its function in the system. So first of all is a drive shaft. So drive shaft is used to transmit the power to the wheels. Secondly is the U-joint, a flexible pivot point that transmits power allowing for varying angles of the drive shaft. Okay, so next is the CV joints. These joints are designed to be able to in direction while continuing to turn. Alright, so next is the differential. So differential gear in automotive mechanics, this gear arrangement that permits power from the engine to be transmitted to a pair of driving wheels and dividing the force equally between them. Alright, so that is basically about the differential gear. And lastly is the axle shaft. This is a single rotating shaft on either side of the differential, which deliver power from the final drive assembly to the drive wheels. These axle shafts also regulate changes in drive between differential, sun wheel, and rear hub. So next, I give to Mamit.
Okay. Next is the advantage and disadvantage of the drivetrain. Okay, I will tell about the four different types of drivetrains, the advantage and disadvantages. Okay, first of all, the front wheel drive, which we can call it at FWD. The advantage of FWD is it is fuel efficiency. The superior traction makes FWD use fuel more effectively regardless of the engine size, whereas the smaller engines use less gas and the lightweight means the engine has less to lug around. Second, it is lighter in weight. And then the third is the handling characteristic of the FWD cars is less aggressive than other drivetrain layouts. So like example, new drivers or cautious drivers can benefit can benefit from this advantage. Okay, so the disadvantage is FWD can cause traction problems and understeer. The with front wheel drive, the front wheels are taking a lot of works, so they are responsible for steering most of the braking and all of the power that goes to the ground. So this can cause understeer. Secondly, the front wheel will no longer be useful for cornering quickly. This is why, because while everyone loves a car with some kick, too much power makes the front wheel lose traction dramatically. Next is the rear wheel drive. The advantage of the RWD is it is the precise handling of the RWD. The front wheels are not putting any power to the ground and losing traction, so that's why the handling is more precise. Second, it has a very little chance for understeer because less weight in the front combined with no power at the front wheels. So it means very little chance for understeer. Third, the easier troubleshooting. The troubleshooting is easier because the intuitive layout. So the location of the noise or vibration is easy to pinpoint with the whole drivetrain going front to back in a line. The disadvantage of RWD is the poor traction or slippery condition due to having a very little weight over the drive wheels. Second, the handling can be clunky and uncomfortable. It will be like if a rear wheel drive car has a live axle at the back, example, an axle without independent suspension, the handling will be uncomfortable. Okay, then the all wheel drive AWD. The advantage is the traction and acceleration is improved. So uh, the traction is greatly improved with power because it is going to all of the wheel. So performance, acceleration, it is improved whether it is on the off roads or on rough roads. Second, the versatile drivetrain arrangement. A big reason all-wheel drive are popular with tuners and weekend warriors is the array of things that can do on the off roads. Okay, third, the we will all-wheel drive, we will have less problem in any weather condition, whether it is snow or rain. They are more easier to drive in any weather condition. The disadvantage is it has a better traction or security conditions. So the drivers will be like having overconfidence in their car, in their vehicle. So it will often resulting in an accident like we will see in any videos or we will see in any news. Okay. Secondly, the fuel economy, it has no fuel economy because it is heavier than other drivetrains. So obviously it will use a lot of fuel and gas. Okay, then there is the parts are not swappable. There is actually no standard all-wheel drive system, so the parts are not as swappable as they are with the rear-wheel drive vehicles. Okay, next, the four-wheel drive. The advantage is four-wheel drive improves traction in dangerous conditions such as snow, ice, rocks, and other scenarios that can make the control difficult. Second, it has a better grip on road because the four-wheel drives have additional weights. So additional weights contribute to better grip on the road. Four-wheel drive is also great for those who like off-roading. The disadvantage is it is added cost for purchasing, maintenance, and fuel. The extra equipments like example the differential, the transfer case, and etc. adds complexity and weight to the vehicle, increasing initial market value, tire wear, and the cost of repair and maintenance. Four-wheel drive also require more fuel, making them less efficient than their two-wheel drive counterparts. Other than that, it also increase the braking distance required to make a complete stop. The lighter vehicle can avoid collision easier than heavier vehicles because of this, because it is more hard to brake. Okay, next. Okay, conclusion. What we would like to conclude here is the main objective of drivetrain is to transmit power from engine to wheel as maximum as possible, and it also provides good transmission and acceleration or top speed, and is reliable on different terrains like in any road conditions. But when it comes to the advantage of four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, it is hard to differentiate the two apart. This is because they both have the ability to stand top to all four wheels of the vehicle, which increases traction and is better for treacherous conditions. The complex, but when it comes to buying a car, you must consider whether to tackle such bad conditions enough to warrant all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive. On top of that, it is worth keeping in mind that with all the complex mechanics make all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles more expensive to buy and heavier too. So, if we are looking to save a few costs on vehicles, thus a front-wheel drive or a rear-wheel drive will be a better choice. But if we are then wanting a better handling and confidence on bad weathers, then it is advisable to go for a four-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive motor. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for listening to us.